That's fine. Thank you very much, Chair. You know, you can't stick on the issue that the EFF was not here. This committee is proceeding when Parliament is in recess. And it was happening, the meetings that we are mentioning were happening when election campaign was on. Were you saying that we must leave election campaign to defeat the ANC and come and participate in this process? They are both important. But we couldn't leave the election campaign process and come and deal with this, because we had to defeat people there who are useless and are not doing anything for the people on the ground. That is one. Number two.
Out of order, sir.
I
don't think you should be holding this process at ransom, Honorable Shivambo.
You know, Chairperson,
I beg you to exercise your reasoning attributes.
Can I point you to two things that Parliament has done before? You remember there was a selection process.
Honorable Shivambo, at an appropriate meeting, we shall be considering these issues. You are most welcome to raise your
I want to caution this committee that in the previous process, there was a selection process of the NYDA board. And it since had been stopped through a legal process, similar to what we're having now.
Honorable Shivambo.
And in a previous instance,
you
took the same attitude as the ANC.
Just hold on a sec, Honorable Shivambo.
But you must allow me to speak,
Can I give you 60 seconds to make your point so that we proceed?
The point is that do not steamroll this process in the same way you have done before, because it's going to be subject to legal challenge. It's going to nullify everything else that we're busy with here. Let us clarify the issue of the criteria of shortlisting, involve everyone, shortlist all the people whom we think are all suitable to be interviewed for this particular process. And two, let us not interview all the candidates. You said I must make my point. How do you want to interrupt when I'm still speaking? Number two, we must not interview all the candidates in one day. We must have adequate time to interview the candidates, even if it's over many days, so that we're able to do thorough interrogation of each and every candidate, such that when we later on decide on who is the public protector, we are fully satisfied as Parliament. That is what we're talking about here. I don't think that you must, in an arrogant way, want to dismiss this. There's difference of politics now. There are politics of before 3rd of August, and after 3rd of August, you must respect that.
Honorable, unfortunately, you are getting into the terrain that is not my turf. I am presiding over this meeting, and all the meetings that this committee has had was the decision of this committee. And I'm not going to allow anybody to review the decision of this committee today, because we made the decision. Whether you want to view this as steamrolling the process, I don't think you actually appreciate how much has been involved in this process. And I call on you, sir, to go and familiarize yourself with all the decisions and the activities of this committee. With that, members, I want us to proceed. Mr. Bonani, could you kindly tell us whether the first candidate is ready? Honorable Shivambo, I am not giving you a platform to speak. Honorable Shivambo, I am not giving you the platform to speak.
Don't be emotional. You must be rational. You must not
being emotional. Honorable
Shivambo, the last time your speaker did that, Parliament ended up losing lots of money in court, paying legal costs because of that arrogance. I thought this arrogance is going to decline now. You don't learn, you don't get taught by the public of South Africa that we reject arrogance in the manner in which we are conducting issues now. Let us debate issues and finalize them to understand each other, that we are steamrolling these things for what purpose we do not know. Can we first agree that all the people must be shortlisted, we interview all the suitable candidates over a longer period of time, and then we'll then determine who ultimately becomes the public protector. You can't steamroll us like that. Don't fall into the trap of your other presiding officers who have done that before and they lost in court.
The decision, Honorable Shivambo, was taken on the 13th of July, 2016. What I am doing here, I am implementing the decision of this committee. There is nothing arrogant about that. If I have to implement the decision of the committee, if in your view that is arrogance, I am so sorry, that is not my view. And I wanted to proceed, members. Can we proceed, members? Thank you, members.
You know, Chairperson, the Democratic Alliance makes a submission here that the scheduling in the manner in which you have handled it now is not appropriate, is prejudicial, and still you want to insist on going ahead like that. Because you have got majority of the committee, you have taken a lot of wrong decisions before. We're cautioning you again that don't overrush this process. Let us have a discussion on the proper shortlisting and the scheduling of the interviews. That is why, the reason why a standard process of meetings and how they are handled, you need to have minutes of the previous meetings and matters arising, is because we must reflect on what was decided before and whether it is still a process that we must follow in the manner in which was decided. It's like that. That is how meetings are conducted. It's not a continuation of the previous meeting. There must be a reflection on the previous decisions,
Honorable
and then we'll
Shivambo.
take it from there.